All right, you guys, so today we're doing the power rule. So the rule says we multiply the inside and the outside exponents, okay? So let's do some basic examples. All right, push pause to catch up. All right, so we're gonna have a variable, so let's have like an x with the squared, and I want you to put parentheses and then put like a 3 on the outside, okay? Now for the notes purposes, we're going to go ahead and rewrite this as an x. I want you to put that 2 because this is the inside, but we're going to multiply it. So put a little dot right here, a little mini dot. Oh, sorry, with the 3. My bad. 2 times 3 is 6. That's the answer. Sorry about that. So you multiply the inside and the outside exponent, and 2 times 3. Put that in your calculator. You get 6. Okay. So it's that easy. You're supposed to just double exponents. You don't have to write it down like this all the time. You can just multiply 2 times 3 is 6. Okay. So, like if you see something like this, let's do like 4 on the inside, 5 on the outside. You don't have to rewrite it all the time. Just tell me, that's the inside, that's the outside, multiply them. You get x, 4 times 5 is 20. And that's your answer, okay? So that's the basic rule. Now draw a little line right here. We're gonna do it with numbers now. So put coefficient with power. Coefficient with power. So now we're going to be detailed again. We're going to write it. I want you to put like 3x squared in parentheses like that, and then I want you to put a little squared. So we have 2, 2. So a lot of people say, Mr. S, that's 2 times 2, that's 4. That's correct. But now we have a coefficient. The coefficient is the big number. Okay, so this coefficient, it also has a little 1 right here. Put a little 1. So really, we have 3, 1 times 2. And then we have x. This is a 2 times 2. So I know you guys know how to do that. It's fine. Now, you might want to just put this in the calculator, right? This is going to be a lot easier if I just put it in the calculator. So let me show you how to do that, okay? Okay. So I hope you know 1 times 2, you're going to have a little squared there, okay? 2 times 2, you have x to the 4th power. So to put this in the calculator, 3 squared, you can just, you don't want to use a regular calculator, you can type it in here, put 3, and then the little square button's right here. You get 3 squared. It's going to be 9. See, it's not 3 times 2. This is the same thing as 3 times 3, like that, okay? So this turns into a 9x to the 4th power. All right, so the coefficient with the power is the tricky part. Right here. Don't worry, if you didn't get it, try this one. All right, I want you to put a 5 here, parentheses x 4 parentheses squared, like that. Okay, now. So a lot of people said, Mr. S, do I have to put that 1 there? If it's just a 2, can I just put 5 squared like this? That's okay. Because, yeah, you're right. We don't have to put a 1 to multiply, but that's extra. Don't do that. Just go ahead, put 5, that number with a little square. That goes here. But don't forget this part. We're still going to multiply 4 times 2. So 5 squared, that's 5 times 5, like that. All right, 5 squared. It's 25. Do not put 10. That's the number one mistake a lot of people do. All right, so I'm going to put 25. Then what is 4 times 2? Just put that. It's a regular calculator problem. So I'm going to have x to the 8th power. That's it. But guys, like I said, we don't have to write this down all the time. This is like a lot of writing. This has a lot of steps. All right, so let's just clean it up on the last one. Okay, so here I want you to just put let's put negative 8 x squared, and let's put y to the 3rd, like that. So this is xy. Then put some big old parentheses, and let's put like a little 4 out here. Okay. So the reason I don't like the calculator, guys, is because if I put, watch, put negative 8 to the 4th power, all right, it'll kind of mess up. So the way you put a little 4, you put up arrow right here, a little 4, Right, it's kind of easy to mess up, guys. I just want you to double check. -8 times -8 times -8 times -8. So do it 4 times. You see how it gets positive? Because the calculator doesn't understand the negative times a negative thing. So you have to type it in like this. So you get positive 4,096. All right, so you guys see that's the tricky part about this one. You gotta be very careful. Now right here, guys, this is normal. What is 2 times 4? Well, let's put it here. 2 times 4. So I'm gonna put x to the 8th power. Then I have this y right here. 3 times 4. It's always the inside times the outside. So a little 12. So you see, we don't have to keep like rewriting it all the time. We can just do it like that. Okay. Now for the X ticket, guys, you're gonna have the product rule and the quotient rule. So draw a line. I'm just gonna do a basic example so you remember. So write down product, and then write down quotient. Now for the product, all right, 4x squared r to the 3rd times, this is the product, is when you see like multiplication, okay? Let's do -3x to the 4th power, y to the 2nd power, r to the 5th power. I know what y'all thinking, guys. Are like, whoa, there's a lot. Keep it basic, guys. For the product rule, that means to multiply the big numbers. So I'm going to multiply 4 times -3. Do it in your calculator. 4 times -3. So I get -12. Okay? And then the x's, you see these exponents, you add them up. So for the product, you multiply, and then you're also going to add. Okay, so you might want to just keep a little note. So put your little x here. So I have x squared, x4, 2 plus 4 is 6. The y's, I don't have a y right here, I have a y squared. That's okay, I'm just going to put y squared. That doesn't change, it's okay. But look at the r's, I have r3 and r5. What is 3 adding 5? 3 plus 5 is 8. Okay, so just be careful because the X ticket will look like that. You're going to have some of these. Notice how there's a dot, there's no parentheses. The power rule has parentheses, so you have to multiply them, okay? And also the coefficient, that's the power rule when you see parentheses. And the quotient rule is you're gonna divide, so I'm gonna write down divide right here. Is that how you spell divide? D-I-V-I-D? I think so. I don't know, divide and subtract. So let's do like 4 over 16. X squared, x to the 5th, y, and then y to the 3rd. Okay, let's put a z. Z8, Z2. Okay? Just to make it a little bit harder. So now remember, guys, we are missing an exponent. All right, don't forget, whenever you're missing the exponent, see right here, I don't got nothing. So when I'm missing an exponent, I put a 1. So put 4 divided by 16 in your calculator. And I think this is easier right here when you put it as a fraction from 4 divided by 16 because you get the fraction. If you guys do this, watch, 4 divided by 16 regular, you're going to get that and you're going to get messed up. You have to push math, enter, enter, and change it to the 1/4. So 1 over 4. So look at the x's. Who has more x's, the top or the bottom? The 5 has more. Subtract. You have to subtract the exponents. 5 minus 2 is 3. Now look at the y's. I have y3, y1. Who has more? The bottom has more, so the y only goes here and subtract. 3 minus 1. And the last one, the z's. I have z8 on the top, z2. That's a z, that's a 2, all right? So the z, there's more z's on the top. So this eliminates, but what is 8 minus 2? 6. All right. So use this, all right, for your X ticket.